So welcome to episode 2 of Nerd by Nature. So today we have a lot of thoughts on Spider-Man Brand New Day. We're a bit late with this discussion, but we are going to be talking spoilers.
Are we late?
Hmm?
Are we late?
A little bit. The movie came out.
I like to think we're just considerate.
It came out 3 days ago. I mean, if anybody's a Spider-Man fan, I'm pretty sure they might have seen it already by now. But we are going to be talking spoilers, so by the off chance you haven't seen it, I would turn away. But we won't be getting into the spoiler stuff
Or just go
straight
see the
away.
movie.
Yeah, go see the movie. It's definitely worth it. We've seen it 3 times since it's released, which will tell you how we feel about it. But we do have some thoughts on it. And overall, it's a really good Spider-Man film. What did you think of it?
I thought it was very good. I thought it was one of the better Spider-Man movies.
100%. Yeah, I remember when the director, I forgot his name.
It's not Sam Raimi.
Is Daniel Destin Cretton, I think, or I could be completely butchering that. But as soon as I heard he was attached to it, after seeing Shang-Chi, which was probably one of my other favorite Marvel movies that had released in the last few years, I was really excited to see what he was going to do with Spider-Man, especially in terms of like the fighting choreography and everything. Like he has.
I mean, you've seen the fight scene.
He has a way. Like, remember the bus fight?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was probably one of the best fighting scenes
Mm-hmm.
in the MCU. One of them, anyways. There's a whole lot. I mean, we're like, I think somebody only put up the other day that if you want to watch everything, all the movies, all the TV shows, you're spending way over 300 hours, which is a very long time. But if you watch at least 2 hours every day until December 18th, you'll finish everything up. So
just in time for
yeah,
Doomsday.
if you're planning on doing a bit of an Avengers Marvel marathon, probably want to start now. But back to Spider-Man. Honestly, it is probably up there with one of my new favorites.
I think it's in my top 3.
Yeah, 100% in the top 3. Like even the web slinging alone, it just had more to it than what the Home trilogy had. Like the Home trilogy, that was one thing that was like really lacking in it, was the web swinging around the city. I mean, for the first film, he was in the suburbs for the most of the time. The second film, he was in Europe, not many skyscrapers. And then No Way Home, I'm struggling to remember if he actually ever web swinged, other than the start of it, wasn't it?
3 of them together, I think, were like using each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, but I think you could really notice as well in the Home trilogy, I was only watching Homecoming last night, that it just looks kind of like you're looking at it and it's like he's blatantly CGI. And like, I know that for the most part, Brand New Day obviously did use CGI as well, but you could really notice it more so.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like, I don't actually feel like this is a person actually swinging around, but I think Brand New Day definitely like cements that, where it's like you can see that they used practical swinging, because they did use that. I mean, they closed down a street in Scotland, I think, when they started filming, and they had Tom Holland swinging around the rope. So I think that definitely benefited it a lot. Like, it was probably some of the best web swinging we've seen in a Spider-Man movie since Tobey's one. Not perfect though, but definitely up there with Tobey's web swinging around.
I think Tobey's would be very hard to beat, though.
Tobey's would be very hard to beat. I think I don't know, it's just
a different level.
There was just different levels. There was kind of something floaty about it as well. I don't know how to explain it. It was just like,
it was fluid. He just moved.
Yeah, and it was just like, it was like the wind just like carried it. It just looked good, and like, it's crazy. Like, that was like over 20 years ago, and it still looks as good as it does. And I'd say it still does look better than Brand New Day, because there is some moments with the web swinging where you can like see, it's like he can see that he's actually swinging on a physical rope, but you can see the green screen of the city, and it's like, it was a bit jarring. Like, there's one part where he's holding MJ.
Yeah.
And did you notice that part? Yeah. And I was sitting there, I was like, that is like a really blatant green screen. Now, it didn't really take me over too much, but at the same time, I was like, I can see that that's a green screen just on a swivel going up and down as he was swinging with it. But it still looked really good, though, I think. Like, it was still definitely up there, especially with the intro sequence, which we're kind of moving a little bit into spoilers now. But the intro with all of the, like almost everything you've seen in the trailers has been a part of literally just the intro part of the film,
Yeah.
which I thought was good because I was sitting there and I was watching it. I was like, okay, so a lot of this was seen in the trailers. That means that a lot of the movie is probably not revealed.
Yeah, you're kind of sitting there 20 minutes in going like,
I've seen a lot of the trailer
I've seen
already.
everything.
Yeah, but it was very good. Like even the recreation of a lot of the comic book panels, like this, I'll put this one up on screen. It's probably one of my favorite Spider-Man images. The one where he's carrying the guy.
Yeah.
And he's swinging, and like
they recreated 6 of them, didn't they?
I think it was like something like 6. There was the one with Scorpion. There was the one with Ramrod, which was the guy who was running into the wall. The guy with the boomerangs. It's not Captain Boomerang because that's DC. I can't remember who that guy's is. But it was very cool though seeing all of those comic panels kind of brought into the live action, and especially as well. Now Leah hasn't actually like played these, but you can see a whole lot of inspiration from the Spider-Man games.
Yeah,
like,
you haven't stopped talking about
I haven't stopped talking about it. There's been like some of the fighting moves in it, even like just that one starting part where he's fighting the thugs on the roof. You can see it was like that was clearly just taken straight from Spider-Man, the games, and it was perfect because those games are good for the most part. Like I won't say anything about the story of Spider-Man 2, but like even like he jumped off the roof to catch the guy because like whenever you're fighting people on the roofs in the games. They can't die. Like whenever they go off the roof, a web just attaches to them, and then they end up dangling off the side of the roof. So I thought it was very good. Like even you can see a lot of homage was like taken from the games and put into it, which I thought was very good. But in terms of what you didn't like about the movie,
for me, like. It's kind of hard to actually pinpoint what I didn't like. The only thing that I will say is the soundtrack. Like I was saying this already. Like I think it like really lacks in like having like that one song. Like I know everybody's connecting it to that Bad Bunny song and everything, but I just think the one thing that DC did right last summer was like they had punk rocker and that carried through all of them, and even with Andrew Spider-Man with like Gone 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 and everything, and like everybody just knows that, and you automatically connect that to Andrew Spider-Man.
yeah,
I just think they're severely lacking that.
yeah. I will say I did like the soundtrack. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of the songs from the playlist. I won't say it's a standout, but it's definitely like some like, you know, like, oh, I like this song now. It's like it's in my playlist
There's not
now.
that one song.
There's not that one song. Yeah, you're right. And even with the theme, like that's probably one of the other things. I don't think I still don't really like the Spider-Man, like Tom Holland's Spider-Man theme that they've had from Homecoming. They've kind of played around with it a little bit for Brand New Day, but it still sounds more or less the same. I will say I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, but you're comparing it to Toby.
I'm compared to, yeah, but Toby's is obviously iconic, and then Andrew's is a second from The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
like with his intro swing and everything, like that music just kind of like that hit different. But Goosebumps. But Tom's isn't really doing it for me. No. I was kind of hoping with Brand New Day we'd get like, okay, it's a new era of Spider-Man, it's a new overall theme, but no, they kind of stuck it to the same a little bit, you know. But there was another thing I didn't like, which also kind of goes a little bit into the spoiler area. So obviously we know the hand were in the movie, and I was quite excited to see the hand, like especially with that poster and the still from the trailer. That still from the trailer was literally just in the intro kind of montage of what Spider-Man's been up to.
Yeah, but you see more of them.
You see more of them, and it didn't really click with me why they were still there, and what, because basically the hand stuck around and got turned into good guys working for damage control, and were working for damage control, and the guy said something along the lines of, oh, they're lost children without a leader, and I was like, I'm not really buying this. I was like, they were really bad people in the Daredevil show. Now obviously we don't know how much they're trying to take from the Daredevil show, but I was kind of sitting there, I was like,
he was shafted a bit.
He was shafted. There was no mention of him at all, but I'm sure a future Spider-Man movie will have to bring him in somehow again. But the hand, I didn't really feel like it made sense to why they were there. It was kind of just like we need the hand in here somewhere. How can we cram
I
them
think
in?
it was more proof for damage control to be like, we can control these bad guys, and obviously we see that with like what they're trying to do with Jean and her sister, and even with that. I can't remember what it's
Yeah,
called.
that did kind of click with me a bit. I was like, maybe because obviously we know Jean Grey is in the movie, and her whole goal is to find her sister, and her sister obviously is gone because of damage control. But I did think as well, as like, is damage control using what they learned from her sister to control them? I was like, that would have made more sense, but they never directly say that.
No.
So I was kind of just saying, like, are the hand just here so we can have that final fight scene with the hand? Because I was like, I didn't really believe that they were working with damage control and being the good guys.
But we do find out the damage control isn't actually good.
Yeah, but they haven't been they haven't been good for the like a good while. Like the last time we seen them in Miss Marvel, they were basically the antagonist of that whole show for the most part, from what I can remember. But yeah.
But maybe that's why the hand is working with them, because they're not actually good. So we're not actually kind of.
I was kind of waiting for them to turn around and say that the hand were like they had other goals and they were using damage control, but I
don't think they would say that.
Yeah,
anyway.
I did. I was expecting that the first time around watching it, but it didn't really click with me why the hand had to be good. Well, not good, but like working with these supposed good guys, because I'm pretty sure damage control isn't entirely bad. It's just like some of the people working with them are bad.
They're just like a government.
They're just yeah, they're basically a typical MCU government. But that then does bring us to the next part.
Yes, where we see a lot of Peter's struggles.
Peter's struggle.
It is kind of sad to see.
It is sad to see. Everybody has been begging for it since Tom got his movies. Yeah. We got a little bit of a taste of it in No Way Home.
It's a bit weird how everybody is just crying for this man's downfall, though, just to see the movies where he's depressed.
Yeah, 100%. Like
I'm guilty of it myself, but like it is a bit weird.
I think that kind of goes back to, I mean, like in the comics, Pierre never gets a good time. In the movies that we've had, I mean, Toby's he's never really had a good time. Andrew in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't have a good time at all.
Not at all.
And well, we finally got Tom Holland.
He didn't have a good one in the first one either.
I'm trying to remember what happened with the first one.
The first one is where her dad dies, isn't it? The captain.
Oh
it's
yeah,
the first one,
yeah.
he
broke the promise. Yeah, but it's about time we finally start. Like we kind of, I mean, now that I think about it, we've actually kind of been getting him like sad and depressed Peter for a while now. Like we had, I said the first part of that would have been maybe when Iron Man died.
Yeah.
Like that reaction.
That was devastating.
Yeah, that was his reaction to like Tony after he snapped his fingers. Like that was devastating.
Yeah.
And then No Way Home, we had MJ or not MJ, Aunt May, when she died. That was like that broke me when I watched it in the cinema for the first time. And I think that was like, okay, it's all downhill from here now, buddy. You know, because like if you watch Homecoming and Far From Home, it's all sunshine and rainbows, and he's like, I'm a kid, I'm Spider-Man, blah blah blah, and then it's like, bam.
Well, Far From Home was sad as well, wasn't it?
I was trying to remember. I don't remember a vividly sad moment from Far From Home. I just remember the only thing that like majorly bad happened to him was, he felt like he let down Mr. Stark. Yeah.
But that's when like Happy was there and he got the suit and everything, and you see the end part, and like it's like, oh, Peter's like Tony and he's grieving Tony throughout the whole thing. Yeah. And Tony's there as like an AI.
Yeah, I kind of.
He's like, you're not even here. Oh wait, that's not that one. He's alive in that one. I'm thinking of the other one.
Which one?
I was thinking the one where he walks out of the suit.
Oh, that was Homecoming. Yeah. Yeah, I will say, like, I didn't really feel too sad kind of going into Far From Home. But Brand New Day, like, you know, you do feel like a lot of the moments where you're kind of like, you know, there's like the moments where it's like, oh, I feel so sad for him. You know, like there was a good few moments like that from when he realizes that MJ has a boyfriend.
Yeah, that was really sad.
That was really sad, and he was just swinging through the city. He didn't even care, no suit on. And I was like, the first thing I was thinking of there was like when in one of Toby's movies, the Spider-Man 2, when he was swinging through the city after realizing MJ had a boyfriend, and his power stopped working.
Yeah.
It was very similar to that, and I was kind of expecting the same thing to happen, especially when he like.
No, but you see him evolve.
Yeah, so his took a different turn. He didn't like lose his powers.
That.
Yeah, it was like the whole thing with him and the arachnid side of his DNA kind of taking over more. And like,
I thought it was very funny how they did that.
It was funny how they did that. You can see that they kind of like tamed down, because I think a lot of people were expecting Man Spider, but we did just see that in Spider Noir. But I understand why they probably didn't want to go that route, because it probably would have been a little bit scary for kids with him breaking out and turning into a spider with 4 arms, and yeah, it would have been a whole thing. I mean, I
don't know if that could have been done right though.
I'm sure they could have done it, but I think it was just a bit like it kind of comes off a bit like werewolves, you know. But I did like that. It was a bit different. It was all because it was a traumatic event, and he's been like in isolation for so long, and yeah, it was good. It was overwhelmed with it all, and then we had, what else did happen that made him quite sad?
He was around them.
The rooftop scene.
Yeah, that was really sad. That was just cruel.
That was just like,
yeah. I think that's one of the worst things you could have ever done to anyone.
That was the first time around. I wasn't expecting that. Obviously, the second time I would have known, but I really was not expecting that. Where he saves MJ, takes her from the apartment to get her away to safety because Jean is after her, and then we don't know that Jean is in her body, pretending that she remembers Peter. And I remember sitting there, I was like, at first I was like, no way they're making her remember straight away. But whatever way they delivered all of those lines, I fully believed. I was like, oh, she's actually remembering here, or she's like, something's clicking with her. She knows something's missing.
Disney movie.
Yeah, it's like she's actually like, something's missing. She knows something's missing from her memories. And then she kisses him. And then she
just goes,
touch her, Peter, hold her, and all this, and I was like, oh no, and then she throws her off the roof. Jean throws MJ off the roof,
and then she wakes up, and it's basically Gwen repeating itself.
They knew what they were doing with that scene, because it was like, I mean, that's the second time that.
I mean, we were all like, when we seen it, because you could see the web attached to her like, stomach and everything. And you're like, oh my god,
it's the second time Zendaya's MJ has fallen like that. I mean, Andrew got his redemption moment with her when he saved her in No Way Home, and I was like, I wasn't too sure what way it was going to go. I was like,
that was for the fans though.
That was for the fans. It was kind of like, but
I felt like this was pure heart attack.
This time was pure heart attack, because it was like, we've seen it happen, we've seen her get saved. We didn't think they'd retrack it, but he saved her in the end, thank God. But you felt so bad for him.
Yeah.
Which, like, it does. What else? There's one more scene, I think.
She finds the letter, and she's like, I don't love you, I don't even know you. I was like, you just read a whole letter about that. Like, you could have just been nicer.
So I was actually paying attention a bit more, so, because obviously after seeing it 3 times, you can nitpick a few of the things. But when he's in Frank's boat, the Punisher, he's on the computer and he's figuring out how to make his inhibitor work.
Yeah.
Which leads into a lot of stuff. But he's on the computer and he has the letter in his hand. And then he gets the alert that Jean is at damage control from the facial recognition. And then he has the letter in his hand and he just puts it down on the table.
He was a bit careless.
He was a bit careless. He just put it straight down on the table and then ran out.
I don't think he was thinking.
He wasn't thinking.
Just pure reflex.
Yeah, it was more so reflex. He just left it on the table though, ran off, and then there was the whole fight with the Hulk.
And he remembered.
That was.
I will die on that hill.
I thought. I will say, like, the Hulk in this movie almost came off like this is like a horror movie. Like, even though he was only in it for like 5 minutes or less. But we had Professor Hulk.
Yeah.
And then Professor Hulk turned, was being controlled by Jean. She took the inhibitor off the Hulk, so I'm still very confused on how this Hulk works.
I think they just shafted him.
It does come across like it's like this makes a bit no sense. Like in terms of the Hulk
Mhm.
has like control of the Hulk. Like Bruce has control of the Hulk, which was said in Endgame. But the inhibitor came off, and then he hulked out. But he hulked out this time. He actually turned back into Savage Hulk,
But bigger.
but much bigger. And I was very confused by it. I was obviously glad to see that Hulk back. I've missed that Hulk so much. But even seeing him, like that one line that was even in the trailer where it's like, "No Banner, no girl, only Hulk." Like that was like that gave me goosebumps. Like, and that whole fight scene was very cool. Like especially with Spider-Man. That was probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie, with Spider-Man crawling around the walls and the Hulk's like chasing him through the halls. Like that was like something straight out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's probably one of my favorite like shots of the whole movie. But the Hulk is only in it for like 5 minutes. Um, I did think it was weird about the part, just in terms of the Hulk is basically beaten down on Spider-Man, and he says,
He does the Loki
he says
thing as
it's
well. Or well, he tried to with the moving him side
he
to side.
he tried to do the Loki move on him. Yeah, I did notice that. But he remembered, like it's like he said, "It's Peter, I'm your friend," and then the Hulk stopped, and it was like I think that like there's a lot of unanswered questions in that sense, because it's like, how does that work? Because we've never really seen Hulk and Spider-Man on screen together, other than the only time they were ever on screen together really was when we had Endgame at the funeral scene. So unless it's like he remembers him subconsciously, and the Hulk kind of like the Hulk in the back of his head is still
about Peter as well through Tony, because like the whole
yeah
5-year blip and everything.
But it just kind of comes across though as like, I'm your friend, that kind of thing, and the Hulk calms down and just kind of lets himself drop from the building. So I think it definitely was supposed to reference that one comic where everybody did forget Spider-Man was, but Hulk says like, "Oh, Banner forgot, but Hulk remembers," kind of thing.
Well, Tom Holland did say in an interview that one person does remember Peter Parker.
And it would make a lot of sense for the Hulk, especially like this could be like a new era of the Hulk. Fingers crossed it's a new era for the Hulk, because Professor Hulk was just not it for me, to be honest.
No.
I was like, it was kind of good as a gimmick in Endgame, but then you realize in Endgame his only purpose was to use the glove. Big purpose, but like, he didn't do much of anything else outside of that.
It didn't even work.
It didn't even work properly, yeah. But we'll get into that whole thing and the Hulk and what we think could potentially happen with him in the future, because he is now in a psych ward.
Which is weird as well.
He's in a psych ward, and he's mentioned that something in his mind has broken from Jean using her powers on him, which I'm curious, like, is it like, okay, did he, when he said that him and the Hulk worked together and all that, and he put the brain and the brawn together, was he lying, and did he like put Hulk in the corner of his head, and now the Hulk's gonna be quite angry, quite angry that he's been shafted for so long. Like, it's been years since he hulked out like that. So I think it explains anyways why we might not see this Hulk in Doomsday. I do think he'll have to come back for Secret Wars somehow, but for now he's in a psych ward.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't expecting. It's not where I was.
No, because like he never really went to a psych ward before whenever he hulked out, which I think is kind of strange that all of a sudden now. Like, I wonder if that's like because S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't around and everything, that now protocols are different, but it's just a bit weird.
It's quite weird.
And I wondered, did damage control put him in the psych ward? Although he was quite freaked out himself, so maybe he put himself in the psych ward?
Maybe. I'm not too sure. Well, I think hopefully we get some answers for that soon, because I think Avengers Doomsday would be such a disservice just not to have the Hulk in it.
They're just replacing everybody him with the Thing.
There's just, I mean, a Hulk and the Thing interacting, that'd be great. That was always something I wanted to see as a kid. But that then does bring us then, after that whole fight, he goes back, MJ finds the letter, with that heartbreaking scene where he just says that she doesn't love him.
You were just like...
Yeah, but you understand as well, because like she doesn't know who he is. She doesn't have any of these memories that he has.
I think it was quite MJ over, to be fair, to go,
Yeah.
I don't love you, I don't even know you. I
Yeah.
think I was like,
I think it was like that's understandable, but there was moments where I did think that like Zendaya's MJ reminded me a lot of Kirsten Dunst MJ. Not as
that's what
bad.
she would have said something
Yeah,
like
not as
that.
bad. And I don't know if it was just the mannerisms, but there was a lot of moments where I was like, she's giving a lot of Kirsten Dunst here. But
That was when she was mean.
yeah, and then she makes him bring her home.
Well, like,
Yeah,
she was in a debt trap.
she was in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, so he brings her home, which then brings us to another quite.
That was so sad.
It was quite a sad scene when MJ brings him up to the apartment and introduces him back to Ned
as Spider-Man.
And Ned obviously still doesn't have any idea.
And they play Lego.
And they put the Legos together, and I was like that was so sad because like in Homecoming, obviously they built a Death Star together and stuff with the Legos, and
they did their movie quote thing as well.
The was it Lord of the Rings? I wasn't too sure. I thought that was Lord of the Rings, but it could have been something else. I never actually watched Lord of the Rings. Probably criminal to say, but
you probably shouldn't say that.
I probably shouldn't say that. But I think it was Lord of the Rings. But I thought that was like, it's like, even though he doesn't remember him, it's like they're best friends all over again. But it was like, at the same time, it was like, just tell him. Just tell him, will you?
Yeah.
And then
he just kind of go extreme with like, no one's allowed to see my face and everything.
You did get quite extreme with it, yeah.
I mean, even like with Yelena.
Yelena, it's like she's an Avenger. It's like,
yeah, you would.
It's like
she didn't even know him beforehand, so like.
It's like he's protecting Yelena. It's like, I'm sorry, but Doom's coming for her next movie.
Yeah, I don't think it was all about protection. I think he was scared himself.
Yeah, I think there was a part of me like very much afraid of.
And she kept calling him sad little boy.
Sad little boy.
The sad little boy has
with small potato problems. But where does that bring us then? That was like, oh, right. So you could definitely see, right. So Jean comes back for like a final little fight where there's no actual fight. It's where he fights the hand for the last time.
Where she was taken by
damage control. Now, for majority of the movie, her powers just resort to being able to hop like small distances between bodies of people. But then damage control, it's like they full on activate her mutant gene. And we haven't, like, they never specifically said the word mutant or anything like that.
But did they create Cerebral?
I was thinking that, but then I was like, I don't think they did. But it definitely looks like it's like they just gave Jean her upgrade for when this new X-Men reboot happens. Like she froze everybody in that whole area.
Yeah.
Was it 1 kilometer? Was it
1 kilometer?
1 kilometer, and it was basically like, if you've seen any.
It's sad to see as well, because the people that were frozen and everything, they looked like they were in pain, like they were crying.
Yeah, it was when everybody was frozen and they all started freezing. I don't notice that the last time we watched it, all the people on bikes.
I know.
They were just ragdolling across the cars. I don't know. I know. I was like, fair play to those stunts.
It's just
those stuntmen, because they were so goofy, but it was like so funny. Like it fit perfectly for it. But yeah, Jean has her upgrade now. She is clearly going to be as strong as she is in the comics. I kind of hope that this doesn't push her towards, because like for the whole movie, she does a whole lot of really, really dark things.
It's kind of messed up.
Yeah, like making Peter think that MJ remembered.
I mean, he even said himself that was unforgivable.
Yeah. But then
forgave her
as well. I pointed this out the other day when she was controlling people on the street and she was like trying to get to MJ. She took control of an old man, walked him into the middle of the road, and let him get hit by a car, and it was like something straight out of Final Destination. Like, if this was the Final Destination universe, that man would be dead. And we didn't get anything else.
He could be dead.
He could be very much dead.
I doubt it, but...
Yeah, but it was very, like, you just killed an old man. Like, a random old man who'd done nothing. So I thought that was very, like, it was random. It was just... It was very, very villainy. And it was kind of leading me to believe, like, how are they going to redeem her? Now, they did sort of redeem her towards the end.
Yeah, when she saved him.
When she saved Peter, which, like, after the hand fight, Peter basically talks her down. from everything she's doing, freezing everybody, and she's about to kill the head
Actually,
of DOD.
it's Aunt May that talks her down.
Yeah. So we see Aunt May return, and Aunt May in Peter's mind talks down Jean Grey.
With the same speech she gave him.
It was, you know what, I was actually listening to it last night as well. It was basically the great power, great responsibility speech.
He had that written on a billboard.
Yeah, but it was completely rephrased. Like, it was very much like, I was like, you're saying the same thing here, but in an order that I was like, just say the line. Just say the line. But yeah, so then Punisher is trying to, save Spider-Man. He's trying to stop Jean. He sets himself up across the river, pulls out a sniper.
Does the usual shoot first, ask questions later.
Exactly, yeah. Does a very typical Punisher move. Tries to shoot Jean, but Spider-Man jumps in front of the bullet and takes the bullet. Which, I'm not going to lie, I thought he died. I did. Like, at first, I was like, no, they're not going to kill him off. Like,
no, you seen her face when she was like, no.
And it was
you
even...
could almost see, I can fix this.
It was more so me sitting there thinking, like, because Peter started saying, like, almost word for word what Aunt May said when she was dying. He like, oh, you want to get out, make sure you get out of here, and all, they're going to be after you and all this, which is what Aunt May was saying to him. And I was like, no, they're not going to kill off Peter here. Please don't kill off Peter here. But then we cut to Punisher bringing him to the hospital. And then revealed, Jean saves Peter. She keeps him alive with her psychic powers. I don't know, like, I feel like she's going to be it's literally in her name. She's going to be like a very, like, in the grey area of the X-Men. Like,
I feel like she always kind of has been, though.
Yeah, like, she always, like, had that kind of, like, she can...
Darker side.
Yeah, especially with the Phoenix Force stuff, which I kind of hope they don't go straight into. Because they've done it twice now with the previous X-Men films, the Fox movies. I hope we get, like, just more traditional X-Men movies and stories that we've never seen on the big screen.
I feel like the Dark Phoenix didn't do great.
It didn't do great, but it's never been done accurately and well enough. Like, they tried to with the X-Men. Was it just called X-Men Dark Phoenix? That one was a dud. But I feel like they can do a good job of it in the MCU. But I feel like they should just not rush into doing that straight away. Wait a good while before you start doing that.
I feel like Sadie Sink would be very good.
Yeah, I did really like her like performance as Jean Grey. Like, she can easily... I'm on board for her as Jean Grey.
It just reminded me so much of Stranger Things.
At the running scenes and everything.
I was like, oh my god, she's basically turned into Elle.
I did think that.
Even in the hospital, kind of like damage control looked like a hospital.
Because didn't Elle keep her alive in a hospital with her powers?
Yeah.
I think, didn't she? I think she did something along those lines in one of the final seasons. And she got to return the favour to Spider-Man.
Full circle moment.
A full circle moment. But it was very good, though. Like, I was fully on, like, board for her, and I can't wait to see her, because she's probably going to be one of the heavy hitters in it as well, because Sadie Sink is on a bit of a roll with her stuff that she's appearing in.
Yeah.
She's definitely going to be one of the leads, I reckon, in this next X-Men movie, which is...
But Jean Grey normally is, to be fair.
But she's not as main as some of the others. Yeah. But we do know, like, the next X-Men film is being directed by the guy who made the Thunderbolts. Jake, I think, isn't it? Jake something. But that's way after Secret Wars, I reckon. But there is a lot of mutant stuff happening, especially with the casting of Samara Weaving as Emma Frost. So it does look like we probably will be seeing a whole lot more castings happen between now and probably Secret Wars. Because I reckon after Secret Wars it's going to be like, okay, mutant saga. Yeah. And Emma Frost was not someone I was expecting to get cast straight away. But Samara Weaving, like, I think
it makes sense.
Yeah, we all love Samara Weaving.
There were other ones that were cast as well.
I
can't remember their names. One of them, he was in Riverdale. That's how I knew.
I'm not too sure. I didn't see that one. Okay, so they weren't officially cast, but they are a big, highly rumored casting for the next X-Men. So we have Katie Spaney as Rogue, Charles Melton, which is the guy from Riverdale, you're saying, as Beast, Cooper Hoffman as Cyclops, Tom Pelfrey as Professor Charles Xavier, and Adam Driver or Wagner Moura as potential villains, heavily rumored to be Magneto or Mr. Sinister.
Adam Driver.
He was Kylo Ren. I could actually see him doing Magneto. I could really see him doing Magneto. And I'd like to see them do a younger Magneto. So a somewhat younger, like even in X-Men 97, he's old, but he's like still able, like you know, like Ian McKellen is a very, very old man. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what they do with the X-Men. This is gonna be like the third-ish, like First Class was like a soft reboot, sort of.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a proper reboot after Secret Wars.
Let's hope they do it right.
Let's hope they do it right. But then we have the post-credit scene for Brand New Day, which a lot of people are taking different ways. So, you know, I'm just gonna ask you first. What do you think it meant?
I think it probably means Secret Wars because it's on a completely different planet. And it kind of does the whole thing, and I just think it makes sense. I know everybody's saying like Miles and everything, but I don't understand how you would have a tracker on a character you don't even know exists. So I don't know if that makes sense.
See, I think that it can be kind of taken like it's not like
it could be Toby though, because obviously Ned met Toby before, so maybe.
So the spider tracker, like I mean, realistically, nobody's out in space checking to see if Spider-Man's floating around there. So I think it's supposed to be just like, oh, this is just a teaser. Like it's not supposed to be something that's actually happening in universe. I do think that it's most likely going to be Secret Wars, considering how important Spider-Man is to the Secret Wars story. Or it could even line up with the rumors that Tobey Maguire is going to return in Doomsday. Because of, it even says at the end, Spider-Man will return, but it doesn't say what movie. I'm sure if he was
That's why I think Secret Wars.
Yeah, I'm sure if he was gonna show up in Doomsday, they would have just said Spider-Man will return, because it said that in previous films. Spider-Man will return in Infinity War.
People would have lost their minds if that said he will return in Doomsday.
People would have lost their minds, but it didn't say Doomsday, so it would make more sense for it to be Secret Wars with him appearing on Battleworld, or it could be because it was outside of Earth, and Earth was still there in that graphic. It could be Toby, if Toby is going to be in Doomsday. And even if that would even line up with the post-credit scene saying Spider-Man will return, but they're not telling you which Spider-Man, you know? And then obviously the Miles one, which a lot of people are also pointing to, because the screen glitched out. It's a similar,
it's a reach, though.
Yeah, it's a similar glitch effect that's seen in the Spider-Verse films, which I can see that, and I can see why people would point at that, but I don't think that's what, you know, that's what they're teasing. It doesn't make sense to throw Miles straight into Doomsday and Secret Wars. I feel like Miles needs his own.
Yeah, if they're gonna do it, then do it right. Don't throw him into a big movie.
Don't throw him into this big thing, because then I think you just end up with an Iron Man Jr. kind of situation again, where it's like
that's what happened with Tom Holland though, because he came in and you kind of missed him.
They just threw him straight into the Avengers kind of thing.
Now we're getting his like solo kind of arc and everything, but we've seen him already in all of these different things, and I think that's kind of where they probably could have done it better.
So that's why I wouldn't think it's going to be Miles related, as because we do know Beyond the Spider-Verse releases next June or July. It has to be MCU related, I think. I think it'll be just a bit, people wouldn't really be like, you know, oh, that post-credit scene paid off for an animated film. I don't think, because not everybody is watching them, like as much as they are very popular, but I don't think they want to do that. They'll be like, no, it has to be Doomsday or Secret Wars. So I'm hoping more so it's like, okay, it's Toby, but I do want to see Tom show up on Battleworld.
I still don't think they should bring Toby back.
I only want to see him back. I thought about it more so. At first I was like, please don't bring Toby back. Like, we had a special moment with him in No Way Home kind of thing. It was like, oh, look, we haven't seen him in 20 years. But the more I thought about it, was like, no, like, this is kind of like a send-off to the old MCU before it was the MCU. Like, I think it would be great to see Toby interact with the old school X-Men.
But how many send-offs do you need?
This could be the last one, though, because it would have to be, because after Secret Wars, it's a soft reboot.
But they did their whole, like, Fox thing in Deadpool and Wolverine, where, like, they had the whole thing at the end, which was supposed to be a send-off to, like, all of the Fox movies.
Yeah, I think, though, as well, if you think, like, Deadpool and Wolverine very much could have been a send-off, but at the same time, that movie wasn't accessible to everybody. like kids and stuff like that, you know. And
Mhm.
that's why I don't think they had as many like big characters in it. Like it was all kind of just X-Men villains
Mhm.
and Human Torch, which was, you know, that was a great cameo. But yeah, I think this is all we have really much to say on Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Mhm.
If you have anything you want to add,
See you next week.
see you next week. And we do have D23 coming up in the next week or two, so that's going to be a lot of new
Bring in
juicy
all
stuff.
the Disney stuff.
Bringing all the Disney stuff. Hopefully some new Marvel stuff. And yeah, thanks for listening. All the links to all of our socials are down below, and we'll talk to you all in the next one.